And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Progressor 2, The Smoking Mirror with Retro Kaiser. Last time we stole that guy's absinthe, and now we're ready to go off and start looking for Nico.
Now I had another lead. I could either go back to Ubier's house or visit the Glee's gallery.
Yeah. It's just that in this game it's really easy to find all the necessary clues, so really at this part you don't have to go back to Ubier's house, even though this game gives you the option to do so. So this is one part where I think this game is honestly a little worse than the first one. The first one had a lot more openness to it, and you could like walk around Paris freely, like very easily. Or as the Japanese tourist girls.
I was gonna say that sounds quite. I don't say what you described sounds quite linear for a adventure game.
Yeah, there's a lot more like free exploration in the first game, and I think that's what kind of shows that this is a
joke.
Oh man, Oh man, as soon as I saw this pot shop, I was expecting there to
Okay, fine.
be like a bull in there. It was like that old bull in a china shop sort of gag.
Oh, okay. Okay, this fatso here, we're gonna talk to him in just a minute, but here's the man in charge. So we're gonna ask him about Ubier.
I don't blame him for his waistline. He would.
Mr. Glee's,
I don't
Yes, sir.
blame him for his waistline. He definitely would have had the munchies for being surrounded by pot all day.
Sure, whatever you say.
And how precisely may one assist you, sir?
And this is also, like, no matter, like, how, in the first two games, like, big parts of it take place in France, but everybody who, you walk around, people just have, like, English accents for no reason. Well, here, at least, he said that he's British.
What I really wanted
It's
to
the-
ask
yeah,
you
it's
about
the
is a black
Convenience of
A black
the
stone.
adventure title.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a convenience, it's just weird that characters... It's okay, like, if they're talking English, but they also have English accents. That's the part that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
As
I
if
noticed.
Paris is
I've
just
already-
apparently filled with guys with British accents.
Maybe they're all tourists.
Who's that guy over there?
Yeah, in the first game it got ridiculous, like there were people in the hospital, for instance, who all just had talked like with British accents.
One has to be so patient with these critics. Lure them in with the correct bait, watch for a bite, then play them like a fish.
Well, he's certainly drinking like one.
Yeah, we're talking about that fat guy right now. Lane. He actually, this character actually also comes back in the 5th game.
Have you heard of Professor Ubier?
Of course, his name is synonymous with Mayan art. A number of these artifacts were supplied by Ubier
I need to
himself.
get 3, 4, and 5 eventually and play through them all.
Yeah. And 5 especially, like, you should definitely, like, at least play through these first 2 games, because there's a lot of in-jokes and things that you won't get in the 5th game. And that was actually kind of annoying about the 5th game, too, is that they planted so many, like, repeated things, which if you've played these first few games, like, you'll find them, like, really hilarious and everything. But if you haven't, then you'll be just completely clueless, and it's really like I'm surprised like that's the way Revolution wanted to go with those.
Do you believe the story that Ubier murdered his wife?
If it was true, who can blame him? She was an opportunist tramp. Well, that's what I heard.
I suppose you have an import license for these relics?
Of course. But that's not my problem, sir. The professor arranges all the shipping. We simply collect the items from the docks.
Could you tell me which docks Professor
Okay,
Ubier
we're
uses
now
to
getting on the
import
track.
artifacts?
Good God, no. I can't possibly reveal my commercial secrets.
Oh, we've forgotten to do one thing though. George needs another clue in order to get on the trail of the
Many Central
kidnappers.
American Indians in here?
And no, sir, this is Paris.
Of course, it wouldn't be an adventure game otherwise.
Straight across the
Yeah, it's
Atlantic
only a
Ocean.
small thing, but
You can't miss it.
we can
Well,
do
as
it once
happens,
we're
I
done
saw
talking
some
to this
Central
guy.
American Indians this very morning.
Tourists, sir. Paris is full of them at this time of year.
This is the newspaper we found at
this
the
news
house.
story referring to a total eclipse of the sun.
Really, sir? Well, fascinating.
This guy doesn't care.
I'd like your opinion on this pot.
Now we're gonna show him our pot.
Interesting. Would sir be interested in selling the article?
Be careful, he could be a cop.
That depends. How much would you give me for it?
300? Possible 325?
I'll think about it.
That's expensive cop.
Okay, let's look at This is
It was the newspaper clipping referring to the imminent eclipse. Wrapped inside it was another small piece of paper.
Yeah, there was another
It was
piece
a
of paper
bank
there.
statement for Ubier's account from an automatic telling machine. The last 5 withdrawals were for large amounts, and all made in Marseille.
So yeah, as if that wasn't already a big enough clue, the whole bank statement here. Okay. This is where we... Oh yeah, yeah. So this is what we were talking about last time, this hand business. But this is really, really nice in my opinion. That it actually lets you know where that you can still like that there's part of the area you haven't seen.
Excuse me, sir. That area is private.
Oh, so I'm not allowed back here?
No, sir.
Okay, our first real obstacle of the game. Well, okay, sure, we had a spider and some fire, but now it's a it's a hawk-eyed it's a hawk-eyed museum owner who's standing in our way. Let's talk to this Lane person.
You're Lane, the critic, aren't you?
Correct. Can't you see I'm busy?
Busy? Doing what?
Appreciating the art. Or depreciating it. I have a reputation to uphold.
Depreciating.
This guy was going to be hard.
AKA, it's too cheap to buy anything.
Well, he's a critic. He's not supposed to buy anything. He's there to just look at it and write a review.
What's that?
Hi, I'm the pot critic. I look at it so you don't have to.
Please can't expect a favorable criticism of the gallery when he serves this muck.
Okay, here comes our motivator for this next part, for this next puzzle. Our extra motivator, let's put it that way. We're already looking for our kidnapped girlfriend.
Yes. Very rapouche.
Rapouche?
Hideous.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
What a jerk.
Yeah.
I like him.
My pot.
Certainly, it was not only worthless, it was ugly and offensive.
To you, maybe.
Believe me,
As
I
a
was
reviewer
doing you a
myself,
favor.
I'd say, yep, he's a very
I wasn't
good
going to waste
example
any
of what
more breath talking to that
what reviewers are actually.
Maybe I could turn the situation to my
or critics and
advantage,
reviewers.
and at the same time, get my revenge.
Same thing, really.
Yeah. Okay. And now you see he's drinking champagne that Glees has been providing. And okay, we're gonna put some absinthe in it. That'd be really tricky to do in real life.
And hoped he wouldn't notice the change of color.
Especially if he didn't have a funnel.
Did you put something in my drink?
Yeah, I did. Well, what do you think?
Well, it's certainly an improvement over Gleese's wine. In fact, I could grow to like it.
Oh, it was wine that he was drinking. Okay. Now let's give him some more. Does he? Ah, god damn it! He started looking at his book. Okay, there we go.
Allow me.
They do this a lot in these first two Broken Swords as well. You have to do the puzzle at a correct time, timing-wise.
Well, I guess there is a pool in the China shop.
Yeah. All right, that distracted him. Now I can finally take a look at the back here.
He got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah. He couldn't hold his liquor or his absinthe.
There was nothing in the case but styrofoam packing, but pasted on the side.
And those pots couldn't hold him.
Yeah. Okay. This label.
Underneath the logo of a flying bird were the words Condor Transglobal
From Mars.
The rest of the label was missing. It was beginning to make sense. Ubier had organized...
He's traveled the entire galaxy just to get there.
Ubier withdrew money from Marseille. Ubier was connected with Transglobal, who shipped their goods from a warehouse in Marseille. That's how the torn Transglobal label had once read. Marseille, not Mars. It wasn't much of a lead, but it was all I had. I set off immediately to catch the evening train.
Now this is a pretty cheap transition. Like, they don't even show you, like, on the train. Now we're just all of a sudden in Marseille. All the way across France.
It was almost dawn when I arrived in Marseille. I traced
The man-
Condor Transglobal to
Take
the
a fast
desert
travel.
backside.
Yeah. So we have to get over this fence. And here we come to our next obstacle. once we get over here.
A job obstacle will be. Ugh, I got that line messed up.
What's the big idea?
You can hear the audio?
I don't know. The dog went berserk for no
Yeah.
apparent reason.
Okay, good.
He's
Barely.
trying to do that.
Now I can
The
see why
idea
your
is
previous
to deter any
it
would-be
was called
intruder.
bitches.
Oh, I
There's
get
the
it.
bitch right there.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Just remember, he's a trained
He's not.
attack dog. A killer.
I think he's supposed to be a boy, though. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go talk to this, the
Window.
watchman, yeah.
Yeah.
Big hint, we're gonna need that bottle that he just dropped.
It's not a spoiler alert.
Hi, good morning.
Do you know what time it is?
No, I don't wear a watch. As my dad used to say, I'm not into time, man.
Well, you're too early.
Yeah, there's a subtle hint that maybe George's dad was a hippie or something.
What time is it anyhow?
The big hand's on the floor. Why aren't you in bed?
I can explain everything.
Never mind, I ain't that interested.
Ever heard of Condor Transglobal?
Sure, they have a warehouse here.
Well, could I take a look?
Not until after the holidays. Come back in a month.
I have to make a delivery to Condor Transglobal.
Where's your rig?
About half a mile down the road.
And you walked here? Jeez, are you some kind of nut?
Nah, it was easy. I just put one foot in front of the other.
Smart ass.
Yeah, that's what I love about George. He always has a great line for
Are
everything.
you gonna let me make my delivery?
Not without the paperwork. You get the papers, you make your delivery, and I get a fat backhander.
I was getting nowhere with the story about being a trucker. Does that dog belong to you?
Well, let's ask about the dog.
He comes with the job. I just feed him every now and then.
More then than now, I'd say. What's the dog's name?
20.
It's unusual for a dog.
It's his registration number. Security dog number 20.
Okay, let's ask about
What's
him.
cooking?
Beans. You
Food.
know a man can live on nothing but beans.
Not this one. Don't you ever get tired of eating beans?
Sure I do. What do you take me for?
And what's the alternative?
Peas. I can't eat them too often, though. They play hell with my digestion.
Have you ever considered changing your diet?
What's wrong with beans and beer?
You need me to tell you? You're pumping out enough methane here to fill a dirigible.
And that's how I learned what the word dirigible means. There.
I gotta go now, but I'll be back.
Can't wait.
Okay, so talking to this guy doesn't advance the story at all. It's just really funny. What you really gotta do is go down here. And, okay, here's a hook.
Yeah, it looks like, yeah, we're having a bit of trouble getting him to spill the bit. Beans.
Yeah.
The stick had a hook on one end. I figured it was a boat hook. For hooking boats.
He just couldn't come up with anything clever to say. I figured it was a boat hook for hooking boats. Yeah. Except we're gonna hook a bottle with it.
Gone fishing.
Yeah.
I just knew that boat hook would be useful for something. As for the bottle, even if I couldn't find a use for it, I'd cleaned up the dock a little.
Okay, let's do this little funny bit. This also doesn't... We can't... Look through the trap door.
It was an old iron stove, which heated the hut and the watchman's dinner.
Here's the biscuits.
It was a packet.
We're gonna
with a picture
need
of a
those in a
boxer dog on
minute.
the front. I couldn't reach the packet.
Let's see what happens when we try to talk to the watchman.
Excuse me?
Huh? Who's there?
The beans.
Oh, that's painful. He landed on the bean. beam, sorry. Went between his legs. Okay, we gotta get in that.
That's hot.
Chimney. Interesting.
Yeah, we gotta get in that hut to get those dog biscuits.
The bottle was half filled with water. Maybe it would cool the cone down enough to touch it.
That hut looks a lot more warmer from the inside than it does on the outside.
Which formed the chimney.
It looks what?
Warmer on the inside than what it does on the outside.
Well, it's only got the one window.
It looks, yeah.
The bottle had blocked the chimney, and the hut was filling up with smoke.
Alright, now we gotta get in and get those dog biscuits. And also we're gonna get a little extra item that allows us to activate a few Easter eggs later in the game. So...
Easter eggs.
Okay. Take those biscuits. This is a really detailed sprite too, and this also doesn't ever get reused anywhere.
Dog biscuits.
Okay.
Ooh,
Someone
try to pinch his
A
beans.
piece of coal brought you luck. Who was I to argue with irrational superstition?
Okay, so we took that piece of coal. We're gonna get to use it a bit later.
You'd think you'd be more protective of that trapdoor, wouldn't you?
Yeah, especially because there's nothing preventing anyone from going down here. Okay.
Hey, 20. Come and get it, boy.
I wonder if I misclicked there. Yeah, he only ate the... Yeah, I misclicked. I'm supposed to use it on the platform.
Hey, 20. Come and get it, boy.
On the other hand, I always thought it was really nice that these Broken Sword games, that the puzzles were never too difficult. They're really accessible for people who
I felt a slight twinge of conscience.
aren't
as I
very
prepared
good
to
with
give the
adventure
dog a
games, for
thank you.
instance.
It soon passed.
That was even true for the first game, even though you could explore a lot more freely in that game. Like, it was usually rather obvious what you were supposed to do, so you never got, like, stuck just clicking random stuff.
As I'd expected, the dog could swim like a... well, like a dog.
Oh yeah, and this
such
puzzle...
a cute little puppy dog.
Yeah, and that puzzle, by the way, is a complete repeat of a puzzle in Beneath the Steel Sky. If you remember, you had to dunk a dog in that one as well.
That just sounds cruel, dunking a dog.
Yeah, it does a little bit. Alright, we're about to get into the warehouse. I think that's where we're gonna cut it off. Once we get inside the warehouse, we have one puzzle we need to do, which is getting into the warehouse. And this is actually one of the two places in the game where you can die as well.
Ooh, I'm looking forward to seeing the death.
Okay, we can do it both ways, but we need to first climb up here. You could die a lot more in the first game, and as I mentioned in the review, in the director's cut, you can die, so they removed that option from those games. It's weird that they removed it from the first game, but I suppose they were trying to get like the H rating to a level where it was, you know, where they could sell it more effectively. Because I think the H rating for the first game was like 15, but it was also from a different era that game. So
I couldn't reach the blades of the fan, which was just as well. If I'd stuck my fingers in there, I'd never be able to play guitar again.
Okay, this is what we need to do. We'll stick this in the fan, because they won't hear me when I try knocking on the door with the fan cleaner.
Blades were mashed by the boat hook.
Hey, you make any more noise, I break your arms.
That bully needed to be taught a lesson.
You notice there's a guy there behind the boxes.
We didn't get the stone. You
Hey, I never noticed
it was all
that.
your fault.
That's who he's talking to.
Karzak. That must be his boss.
That guy over there.
The guy was partly hidden behind a stack of crates.
This was the guy with the blow dart from the beginning. Okay, so you wanted to see the death. It's a pretty lame death, I have to be honest. Like, there's only 2 parts in this game where you can die, and they're both pretty lame. But let's save the game, and let's go do this.
Yep.
Basically, we just
my
gotta
screen froze right as we're gonna do. There we go. Let's do the death.
Yeah, it happens after we talk to the guy.
Who is he?
My name is Stobart, George Stobart.
What do you want?
I want to return your spider. I pulled its leg, which is exactly what I'm going to do to you. I got the feeling he wasn't too pleased to see me.
Okay. And now, while he's opening the door, you can hear those door opening noises. You're supposed to climb up the ladder to be safe. But we're not going to do that because you wanted to see what the death was like. And there it is.
Shots.
Yeah, pretty lame. Okay. So that's what you
Shots fired.
So that's what you do if you suck. But we'll do this. I'm gonna go with the pizza story. Actually, I think this guy. By the way, the big guy's called Pablo. If you missed it during that first cutscene, they mentioned his name.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what this is remind me of right now? Do you
Yep.
remember Animaniacs with the good idea, bad idea segment?
Yeah, yeah, kind of does.
Pizza delivery?
I didn't order pizza.
No? This is the Condor Transglobal Shipping Company, isn't it?
I don't like pizza.
Oh, come on. Everyone likes pizza.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe he was allergic to mozzarella.
Oh no, he doesn't come out with the pizza story. Okay.
Hey,
What now?
Oh no.
look. This pizza's been paid for. You might as well take it.
I told you, I don't like pizza.
Not even with extra olives?
I hate them. Olives are the devil's butt nuggets.
Olives are the devil's butt nuggets. Okay.
That's a great line.
Yeah, it is. This game has a lot of great lines.
If you know what's good for you, you'll open this door.
What if I don't?
I'll kick your head in.
Okay, I'll come out, you creep.
Okay, now he's coming out, and I quickly gotta climb up. That's always makes me nervous, like he's not gonna make it because he walks so slowly. Okay. Now we gotta distract him. These villains aren't very observant, you're gonna notice, by the way. I'm gonna do this little barrel thingy.
They aren't they?
Yeah. He didn't think to look up, he just walks in front of the friggin' barrel thingy.
It's time to play a game of Donkey Kong. You definitely need to edit in, like, the
yeah,
Donkey
Pablo
Kong.
totally has like the Mario colors too, red shirt and blue pants.
Yeah.
Dee dee dee
You
dee.
do need to edit in like the you need to edit that in, man.
Yeah. Man, that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, we got in and we locked the door. So when we come back next time, we'll explore a little bit more. So see you soon.